how's the tour and all the stuff that you've been doing? How's that been going?
Oh, it's been crazy, because we were not expected to play so many live shows during the summer and the last months, and it's been very cool because we traveled a lot, and we thought that this could be probably impossible. So we are very excited, and we are very happy because we feel that we are very lucky.
Definitely, definitely. As far as like I've been asking every band this when I've been doing the doing interviews and so forth like that, but from the first time that the pandemic hit till now, what have you guys been going through, and how much have you been like how bad has it altered the band? Um,
Hmm. There was a lot of ups and downs, because you never know, something it's booked for tomorrow or for a couple of weeks, and then it's postponed, or a lot of cancellations all the time. So it was crazy, because it's like, okay, we are very excited because we are going to play some shows next month, and then nothing happens. So we've been working a lot in other stuff, so when everything is quite normal, we can be like 100% ready for the normal tour. Fingers crossed. And yeah, we've started to write the new album, and we really hope that next year it's going to be kind of different. And yeah, that was it, because we never played a show before this summer. So it was like
right.
our very first time in July. It was the first one. So we had a rehearsal during a week, and we started to try to figure it out how this is going to be, because we only met like two times in the past, one for the recording
Right.
sessions of the album,
Right.
yeah, and the other one for the filming of a video clip, and that was all. So we really talk a lot using WhatsApp and stuff, but we didn't really spend many time together, So it's been kind of intense and a very different process than normal.
Absolutely. How's been the what's the reception on the new album that you had?
Oh, once again, I think it was perfect timing. We were very lucky again because everybody was like, I don't know what to do, because we were not expected to play live shows. So probably it was like, okay, I'm going to release a new album to introduce this new lineup, and probably I won't play these songs until a couple of years. So maybe this is going to be not something very successful in
Right.
relation to the previous albums. But no, it was all the opposite. It was amazing how the people were expecting for these new songs and this new album, and how it was going to be the new sound of this new era of the band. So yes, we were very excited to show how we've been working together for 3 months for the writing sessions, and then we spent only 1 month in the studio all together recording
Right.
this album. So yeah, it was something very fast and that we have to do with in the middle of the pandemic, with a lot of problems and flights canceled and a lot of stuff that we have to go through. But it's amazing when you look to the past and you think, yeah, we made it.
As far as like, you guys have gone through the band itself has gone through a massive change with new
Mhm.
members and everything going in and out and whatever. What was that like? I mean, what was like I've always been a big fan of
Mhm.
Nervosa. I mean, your band
Me
is like,
too.
especially what you guys have done. I'm a huge fan of you guys, and
Oh,
hopefully
thank
one day
you.
I'll be able to see you play
Sure.
live or whatever. But what's
Probably
that
soon
been?
that you think.
Hopefully, well, I don't know if you're coming to St. Louis, Missouri, but hopefully, if you're coming close to St. Louis, I want to try to reach out and go and
Yeah,
try,
cool.
we want to try to do press and whatever and take photos, but with the lineup change in the band, and I don't know what you want to talk about or what you can or what you want to or whatever, but with all the additions of Mia Wallace and all that stuff taking place, how has it been as far as like you've recorded a new album, you had new members come in, you had new members go out? What was that all like?
Listen, I was very scared because I was a huge fan of the band too, and I was a huge fan of Fernanda. So I think that um, Fernanda and Luana did a splendid job with the band. Also, the same that Prika and the other girls that been involved in the lineup in the past years. So I felt like a huge responsibility to try to do my best, because for sure I don't have the same register than Fernanda, so things have changed a little bit. But we try
Yeah.
to get advantage of that. It's like some fresh air that it's needed with time with bands that have been working for so long, because it's been 10 years of albums and playing like shows all together. And yeah, sometimes music comes to a point that nothing new comes up, and this was like a good opportunity just to try to check everything and explore new paths in the development of the band. So musically, I think it's been very interesting for all of us, and a very good opportunity to a very good chance to try new things that never happened with the band before.
Right. Yeah, because it's like I said before, it's phenomenal. The new album's really good, and I think
Oh,
that
dude,
it's
thank you.
something that it's 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 kind of weird because I have, throughout my life I've clinged on to bands that I'm like, "Ah, I hope I see them." But it's like
Yeah.
you're one of the bands that I really hope I see, and but you never come to Missouri, so it is what
Well,
it is.
who
But
knows? We have exciting
hopefully
news
it'll
about
change.
that. So,
Right. Yeah, definitely. What has been some of your major influences growing up to bring you into this kind of
Mhm.
bring you into this band and bring you into this music that you play?
Well, nobody in my family or friends were interested in the extreme metal scene, so I was like quite alone in my journey. But
Right.
at my time, I started to discover bands thanks to reading some musical magazines and trying to find um, new albums in the record shop. So I was reading a magazine, and I discovered the name of a new band. So I went to the record shop just to grab the album and try to discover new music genres or new bands for me. And that was my journey from I think, from the hard rock with Bon Jovi and Guns N' Roses and stuff like that, to the grunge with Nirvana, Alice in Chains. And then I started to discover like the scene of the 90s with the black metal. And that was
Right.
very fascinating for me because it was something completely different. People just wearing corpse paint and trying to sound pretty loud and like sometimes disgusting, like a lot of overdrive and stuff that was not quite normal in the other music genres. So to me, it was like, wow, this is powerful and very fast. I want to discover more bands like this, and I started to listen like bands like Behemoth and Gorgoroth and Dark Funeral, Dark Throne. Yeah, that was the very beginnings. I remember that I started to drive at that time, and the only albums that you could listen in my car, there were all black metal bands. To me, it
Right.
was like the only music genre in the world. And yeah, it was fun to discover all of that. And I think the first women that I could heard in the extreme metal probably it was Sabina Klassen from Holy Moses, that really made me want to try um, to scream and growl, because I had no other closer influences. There was no other women around me doing this. So when I saw Holy Moses performance at some fest that I don't remember right now in YouTube, to me it was like, wow, I want to do that. And this is what I want to do, because I was terrible with melodic singing. So it was like, yeah, maybe I can do that. I can try that. And yeah, it worked. It took me like, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 years of fighting with myself. But finally I could make it. And I'm very happy that I tried. Yeah.
Because like I said before, I think that it's something that, you know, when you listen to the new album, and your vocals and so forth like that are just absolutely amazing. I mean, if no
Oh,
one's
thank you.
no
It
one's
was a
listened
nightmare
to
to
it,
me to record this album, really.
why was that?
I can lie, because to me it was a very different situation. We were supposed to learn how to live and to work together for the first time, and it was my first time in a different studio with different people, and trying to find something quite different of what I was doing with my band Blood Hunter, because we wanted to have same thing in two different bands, so we were exploring, like going higher with the screams and trying to mix it with other mid registers. And yeah, I remember that the first 2 days I was like sweating with almost 40 degrees. I couldn't turn on the air condition, so to me it was like a pain in the ass all the time. It was very difficult, a lot of time, like 6, 7, 8 hours of singing per day, and I even had to stop at some point in the recordings because I felt exhausted. But that was good to know that I really have my limits, and I have to learn that too for the future, because that it's very worth for the tour and for other recording sessions too, to know that I have to stop at some point. This is not like you can do this forever and all the time that you want. No, you have to take care of your voice, and that's something very important too.
Right. Do you still do anything with Blood Hunter or no?
Yeah. It's like it was my very first band. The first time that I've been
Right.
in a recording studio, it was with Blood Hunter. My first live shows was with Blood Hunter, and thanks to this band, I started, and I really tried to get involved in the metal scene, because on my own I couldn't make it. It was like, I want to sing, but I need a band to sing. And this opportunity came suddenly. It was like Danny, the founder member, asked
Right.
me. He asked me if I wanted to write some lyrics for a song that he had written before. And I was like, yeah, sure. I really like to write stuff about occultism and philosophy and things like that. And to me, it was like perfect. And then he asked me, hey, would you like to come to the rehearsal room and try something? And I was like, man, I never do this before. So I have no idea how to do this. But they were very patient with me, and they just tried to be with me during all the whole process of learning. So I'm very thankful for that.
As far as like when you have whenever you've done tours and different things of that nature, what's the favorite place that you've been to? What was your favorite moment of like singing live?
I don't know. I'm a big fan of summer festivals. There's something special, a lot of people all together connected. And that's something that, sure, in another kind of venue, you can feel it too. But it's very special when everybody is just singing a chorus or something, or you ask them to the audience to do something and they just do it because they are having fun with you. And that's very important to me, to feel that kind of connection. We are all together trying to have fun, especially in these pandemic times, because everybody is very excited about coming back to a normal life. So every single show that we played, it was like, yeah, we made it at least, and everybody was so involved with us that, yeah, it was amazing. So I think so. Summer festivals to me, maybe because of this year, but yeah, I would choose that.
What's your favorite song off the new album?
Oh, that's tough to say. I don't know. Probably Under Ruins. It's one of my faves. That was like her third single, and it's a very powerful song. It has some moments that are very heavy, and they have this catchy riffs in the middle that I really, really love. And it has an amazing topic behind in the lyrics. It deals about drug abuse and people with no homes in the streets trying to survive to all these conditions, being sick and in poverty, and yeah, it has a very powerful message too. I think Under Ruins, it's probably one of my faves. Yeah.
Who came up with the album name?
I think it was something very appropriate that we found in the studio writing some lyrics, because we were thinking like, look, everybody is struggling to survive in these very hard times, and we are here in this paradise in the south of Spain with this amazing landscape. Writing a new album, this is something impossible for most part of people, and yeah, we are living in the middle of the chaos, but the world has been always like this, despite of the pandemic situation that we've been living lately. There will be always this kind of situations like wars or politicians with their shit. This has been
Right.
something, yeah, that money itself, it's something that it's around all the time, and it causes a lot of trouble between people in other countries. So it's like a dirt war that nobody wants to talk about, but it's there, and this is a perpetual chaos that it's around the human being itself.
Right. Right. It's such a phenomenal album. I mean, I don't understand. It's gotten, I mean, awesome reviews, and more people need to listen to it. It is absolutely just a phenomenal
I
album,
agree.
and I can't wait for the. It is. It's something that's, and I'm excited to talk to you and whatever like that. But it's just like the more, the reality about it is that it is such a really good album
Wow, thank you
lyrically,
so much.
and then as far as like even the music, it's just phenomenal. And I think people are just, they're, I don't know, if they're not paying attention to it, they need to pay attention to it. So
Yeah.
it just is what it is. I think that it's just a really good album. But as far as like what's the very first concert you ever been to?
First countries.
First concert, first show you ever been
Oh,
to
for
by yourself?
sure.
What was the first metal concert you've ever attended?
Oh, probably it was in my hometown. I was like a teenager, and I just had a closer friend of mine that was like exploring this new wave of heavy metal and stuff. And we just were going in the street for a walk, and I saw like a flyer in a wall that it was something like I don't know, it was a local band, and it said heavy metal. And to me, it was like, wow, heavy metal, a heavy metal show in the city. Okay, why don't we go? And she was like, okay, let's try. And it was kind of funny because we were like two kids of 16 or something like that, very late at night, going in the streets just to meet other people. And that was the very beginning of getting into the metal scene with other people and just learning about other bands and chatting about music. To me, that was amazing. When I just starting to get involved with all these people, it was like, yes, this feels like family to me. They really understand me. So to me, it was a huge experience.
And as far as like the first metal album you've ever bought, what was that?
Oh, I remember that. It was Slippery When Wet of Bon Jovi.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
What is a band that you would never ever, and I'm pretty sure you would never admit on here, but what music or band that you listen to that you would never ever, like nobody would ever think you would ever listen to that? What
Oh,
would that be?
A lot of stuff, you know. I'm aware though because I love music. I don't care about tax or music genre, so I can listen from Ella Fitzgerald to Frank Sinatra to Billie Eilish or Lana Del Rey. I just dig into the Spotify and I just pay attention to the new suggestions and I just try. I love a lot of instrumental artists like Stone or I don't know, French songwriter like Sass, something that has nothing to do with metal. But I don't
Right.
know, I really love music itself. So to me, it's like if I like this, I don't care if it's metal or not. I just enjoy it.
The what do you do in your spare time? What hobbies do you do? Do you watch sports? Do you obviously you work out? What do you do in your off time other than music? What do you binge watch movies?
Hmm.
What do you do?
Yeah, well, I mean, when I was younger, I was a very sporty girl. So I was playing soccer from some years ago. I don't know, like when I was 14, I think I was in a soccer team. And I really loved martial arts like judo and stuff like that. And then when I was growing up, I quit because of going to high school and then to the university. But I always loved to write, not poetry, but just writing about my feelings or something that came to my mind. And obviously, watching films and TV shows and stuff like that. It was something that I really enjoyed from a very first time. And yeah, watching, I watch a lot of live shows in YouTube because I really like to study the singer's performance just to learn how they breathe, how they move, just to try to get some new ideas for my performance too. And well, I have a dog, so I really love going for a walk with him. And yeah, I love nature. I don't know, a lot of stuff.
Do you like watching horror movies?
Sure, sure. I'm a big fan. Even that, um, I realize with time that I get some scary times watching horror movies. But I'm a big fan of films like Suspiria from Dario Argento and stuff like this,
Right.
more into the 80s or 70s. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Well, it's been a very big honor for me to interview you or just talk to you. You are definitely like a massive influence to a lot of people out there. Nervosa is
Oh,
just a really good band, and I think the new album is phenomenal, absolutely
wow.
phenomenal.
Thank you so much. We really
Um,
appreciate that because we put a lot of passion and effort into writing this album, you know, because it was very difficult working each one of us from home without meeting each other face to face. And finally, when we just finished some songs, we went to the studio and we've been like, man, my flight is canceled. I can go to the studio. And we were panicking. And when we were starting finally to work into this new album there, it was like, yeah, we have to try our best for the sake of all the Nervosa fans, all these people that probably will start to listen to the band for the very first time. So yes, it was something a very intense experience for all of us, and we really want to thank everybody for the massive support since the beginning. And yes, hopefully we can meet all very soon, so we can play this new album live for you.
Definitely, definitely. Well, thank you for doing the interview and thank you for talking to me. And like I said before, I'll be posting this and tagging you and so forth like that. But I keep up with all your stuff and hopefully, you guys get to play in the States here soon and
Very
hopefully
soon,
play in Europe and go from there. But if you get close to St. Louis, Missouri, I'm already gonna make a trip out
very
and I'll
soon.
contact you and
We
get
have
from.
plans. Yeah, we have plans for the USA, so stay tuned because we are going to announce something quite soon. And yeah, hopefully we can go to Missouri too, or another place closer to your hometown. And yeah, let's meet there. Sure.
Absolutely. So thank you for doing this. I wish you guys nothing but the best of luck.
Oh, thank
Perpetual
you.
Chaos is phenomenal, and it's just a great album. And if no one's ever heard it or never, haven't listened to it, it's you're missing a lot. So,
Oh,
but thank you for doing this. I'm a huge fan of you guys, and especially you. And I think that
oh, thank
you're very, very
you.
talented, and thank you very much for doing the interview. And hopefully we'll see you soon.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you so much. Take care and sure, see you soon.
See you soon. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.